Hi, I'm Miles.
And I'm Marika.
And this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
Because we don't.
Hi.
Hey guys!
All three of you, or whatever.
We just looked at our analytics for this podcast and it's terrible.
I mean, I don't know how much we can trust the analytics because, we know people listen to this on Google Play, but Google Play tells us that no one listens to us. And our iTunes ones have just been going steadily down since the summer, like our listeners.
Right.
But, okay, well, besides that failure of our podcast losing people, we always start with our fails of the week.
Yep. Miles was there again at my fail, so.
I was. That just happened.
I want to apologize to Miles and Zachary because Marika was very cranky.
I don't think you were cranky.
Oh, okay. I felt like I was kind of rude a little bit. Okay, so we went to see Boy Erased.
Yep.
On Thanksgiving Day.
Night.
Yeah, Thanksgiving night, yes. And I went out for Black Wednesday, and I stayed up until 6 a.m.
Wow.
Where? In Lincoln Square.
Oh.
So fun.
Thanks for the call.
You wouldn't have done these activities.
I would have done the beginning.
Okay, yeah. Well, no, you were with your family, probably.
No, I was here Wednesday night.
Oh. I just assumed that you were with your family.
Okay.
So, we did some party favors that started at 2 a.m. So that, if that gives you any indication of where my night started. It was, fun. And probably didn't fall asleep really till, 6:37 a.m.
Yikes.
Woke up around, 11-something. Didn't really take a nap or anything. So, then I crashed in the movie theater because it's nice and warm in my coat and ate some popcorn.
Yeah, Marika, fell asleep. And there were 5 of us in the theater. My brother, me, Marika, and 2 strangers. Mm-hmm. Marika and one of the strangers were sleeping the whole movie. So 2 out of 5 were just asleep. And we, woke Marika up and then... Because I was like, I feel like I should wake her up because I'm sure she doesn't want to sleep through the movie. But then it seemed like you did want to sleep through the movie.
I tried so hard to stay awake. And, I would wake up and, okay, gotta stay awake. And then, just, go back to sleep. I'm like, oh, God, this is not... Because I was honestly, worried about driving home. Mm. And I'm really, my biggest fear is, crashing when I'm fatigued driving. Mm-hmm. And, because I know I will die. But,
are you, mad that you missed the movie?
I'm, a little bit upset at myself because... I felt like that was a very important movie for you guys to watch, and I want to experience that all together, and I felt like I was being, a little bit disrespectful because it's a very important movie for your culture minority group.
I don't know what it's fucking called these days. Maybe you were crabby because I was trying to, joke with Rika during the movie, and you were like, shh.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I feel like I usually talk to Marika at movies.
No, because
she was not having it.
I was not having it at this movie, though. I wasn't being... I don't know why I was being, really bitchy about it.
But I was, so emotional during the whole movie because it's about this kid that, I'm not going to give away anything. Basically, comes out as gay, some shit goes down.
Has to go to
and then he has to go to conversion...
Yeah, therapy thing.
Therapy in quotes.
Pray the gay away. That's why I tell people.
So it's a very frustrating, kind of intense, fucked up movie. So I was I don't know, he was very trapped in the movie and I felt trapped because he was trapped because it was I don't know, the movie took you there.
Yeah, but you and Zachary were both talking and I'm like, can we not? I think this movie is very important and I want to hear every fucking word that's being said.
So I'm gonna go to sleep.
No, I didn't feel sleepy in the beginning of the movie, but then once I put on my coat as a blanket, I felt, the movie was so important to watch in theaters and support it, and I fell asleep.
You paid money for it, you know.
I know, but now I don't know what even happened. Yep. Mm-hmm. Cool, that's my fail, falling asleep at a very important movie for Miles and Zachary to watch.
That's not why I think it's your fail. I think it's your fail because Marika prides herself in being I can stay up late, going to sleep at 10:30 is lame. So to me, this was a very lame moment for Marika because she fell asleep at a movie at 10.
It wasn't. Oh, was at 10? Yeah, like I go to bed like early now, guys.
Okay, well, my fail is that it was my niece Harper's birthday on the 13th, and totally didn't do anything for it. Forgot, and my mom told me 2 weeks before, that was really the mistake, because if you want me to do something, you probably have to tell me day of. But and I wrote it on my calendar. It was on my calendar for 2 weeks. Tuesday came and went, and then it was Thursday, and I looked at my calendar. I was like, "Fuck, damn it!" But then I was like, "No, you know what? I'm gonna see her on Thanksgiving, so I can still get her like a card or birthday present and give it to her on Thanksgiving." Did I do that? No.
What?
Didn't do anything. Typical
Miles.
Uncle Miles.
What?
And, like, I used to feel, like, more okay slightly about it because I was like, they're too young to even have memories of this happening. But now they're old enough where they are remembering. And I was like, fuck. I'm letting the children down.
Yeah, because you really, the most important thing of all that, not is, like, if the kids remember, it's just, like, forming the habit.
Right. And I remember when I was a kid, like, getting the card in the mail from the relative, like, that means so much, and it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
And I'm like, wow, I'm just...
Does Zachary do a gift?
I don't think so. My dad brought one. I mean, like, on Thanksgiving, Zachary and I, like, played with them a lot, which probably, honestly means more.
To you?
No, to them.
Okay, yeah,
like, having fun with their uncles. Like, my uncles never played with us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's probably, like, means more, but, like, it's still, like, I was just like, fuck, it was on my calendar for 2 weeks. Like, what the fuck? But, yeah, I mean, my fail kind of, like, relates up into our topic this week, which is, I don't know how to holiday.
And we're not talking about vacation, like, in England, okay?
This isn't a British podcast.
Nope.
This is an American fucking podcast. Yeah, how do we start this? I mean, Thanksgiving just happened for us. We're recording this right after Thanksgiving.
Okay, so I feel like for me, like, holidays give me, like, I feel, like, tension. Like, I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm dreading stuff.
Me too.
So, like, spend time with my family. And, like, I shouldn't. Because I'm like, oh my god, are they going to talk up, like, are they going to bring up, like, oh, Marika, how's your 401k doing? How's it going? Huh? Have you talked to Rachel, our financial advisor, yet? No? What's happening with that? I'm like, oh my god. And then also the anxiety of, like, my dad cooking and my mom bitching at him and vice versa. Like, it's just like, cool. And, like, me being disappointed also in my dad's cooking now. Like, my dad, like, that's just, I mean, of course he's getting fucking lazy and doesn't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Like, how long have you been doing this? At least 30 years.
I'm already lazy and don't give a shit in my cooking.
Yeah, like 30 fucking years. And you only do it, like, you only cook, like, twice a year. But I get it. Like, how about, like, I'll take over for a little bit or do, like, some side dishes or whatever, like, and not...
Do you want to do that?
I kind of do want to do that.
Okay.
Because I made, like, good shit for the office Thanksgiving thing.
I think you should just say that because we're doing Christmas brunch here at my condo.
Christmas brunch here?
On the 26th. But then I have my mom. My mom's already texting me about the details. It's over a month away. Already texting me about all the details, giving me paragraph-long texts about how she needs to know the time now so she can coordinate A, B, and C. So I literally was like... So I was talking to my sister-in-law, and I was like, okay, when should we do this? And she's like, just ask your mom what time works for her. So I did, and my mom was like, what about 10 a.m. for brunch?
Yeah, that's
And I was about to be like, yeah, Mom, but I was like, you know what? No. Why would I just agree to that? I'm hosting it. I was like, what about 11:30? She was like, okay. And I was like, wait, I have power now. I'm not, because my mom will arrive early. When she says 10, she'll get here at 9:35. And I know that I'll be waking up at 9. That's not gonna happen. And the bathroom won't be clean. I'm like, let's do 11:30.
Yeah.
So I think you should just be like, I'm gonna cook this time.
Usually, as the years go by, we go to our family friends, the Burnses. They cook Thanksgiving dinner. Okay. My dad cooks Christmas dinner. Okay, and the Burnses also do a New Year's Eve party with all the grandkids. That's their day for Christmas. They don't do anything on Christmas Day. Okay. So they come over to our house, right? And they don't like leftovers either. So they come over to our house. So my dad's cooking turkey thighs because he doesn't want to cook a whole bird because there's not going to be that many people.
For Christmas.
For Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like, I have no idea how to cook a turkey thigh.
Wait, but Christmas has always been kind of weird for me because Thanksgiving, you know exactly what the items are on that menu. Mm-hmm. But Christmas...
could be anything.
First of all, there has to be a Christmas Eve meal.
Right.
And then a separate Christmas meal.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it almost feels like Thanksgiving part 2. Like, it lacks its own identity. Mm-hmm. Like, sometimes... I always think the default is ham.
Yeah.
But... It's all the sides end up kind of being the same. Like, I've seen green bean casserole at both.
Yeah, same. I mean...
But isn't that weird? Shouldn't Christmas have more of its own thing?
Yeah. Like, for our default, it's always turkey because my dad, growing up, like, couldn't eat red meat. I think this year I'm gonna, like, hey, Dad, I'm gonna take over the sides, you just handle the turkey. But, like, I also want to do a turkey this year. Like, my own. Like, I want to go to my parents and actually cook this thing. Because lately, I can only remember one time I've had really good turkey. And it was, like, this turkey that my dad actually stuffed butter in between, like, the skin and the meat. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yes. I don't think he's ever done that since.
Sounds really labor intensive.
It's not, though. Oh. It's not. Just have to brine it and then just season it correctly and put things in the cavity and then there you go. Put it in the oven and make sure you like let it rest for at least like 30-40 minutes before slicing it because all the juices are going to run out. It's very key. And then there you go. So my ideal Christmas is basically like my parents and I are in matching pajamas, like silk pajamas, and we're just like lounging around and eating cookies and like apple pie that I made, and just that.
You're watching like TV or movies or
like TV, movie, or I don't know, some like historical period movie. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we don't go anywhere and it's snowing outside and like people come over, I guess. I mean, that happens a lot actually. I don't know why I want my ideal Christmas, but like I think like for the holidays I don't want to go anywhere. I like staying in Illinois.
But you often have to go to Nebraska.
Like so like I just like help with the driving now and like I also have anxiety, like, I gotta pick a good podcast. Because one year, we went to Nebraska, and this is when my grandma was alive. Serial was out. Like, it was new and up and fresh.
Yeah.
It was the first season. It was so fantastic. And I already listened to all the episodes, but I was willing to listen to them again because it was so good. And so my dad's really into like, mysteries and stuff and crime. So I had my dad listen to it. And it was so fun to, like, talk to my dad about the main guy.
Was your mom into it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I listened to some of Serial, but, like, I'm not huge. It's not for me, really. But.
Yeah, I don't think so. And then ever since I'm trying to find a new crime podcast for my parents to, like, listen to and pay attention, it was, like, hard. But this year I'm going to try to do it again because, like, I want to have my parents be invested like I am, like together, like.
Mom, just listen to our podcast.
No. Are you kidding me?
Your mom's like, did you just call me a bitch?
Yeah. Also, The Help. We were very invested in that too. Mm-hmm. Like we were so invested where like we finished the book like at home. Like, we got out of the car, and we put it in, the laptop computer.
The Help. We're talking about the Help audiobook.
Sorry, guys, yeah. We put it in my mom's laptop computer and listened to it in the living room. Like, that's how invested we were.
It was so magical.
It was so magical. Like, it's so I'm, like, trying to get that again. But it's hard. Like, you're just like listening, like, yeah, we are. I'm like, I can tell you're not listening to this right now. Right. So,
listeners, if you've never listened to the Help audiobook, it's
so good.
Fucking amazing. It's 18 hours long.
It's so good.
It's worth every penny.
It is so good.
But I think like those kind of like I think that is what the holiday really should be about. Is like those coming together moments. Like
right.
I was thinking about like at my uncle when we used to go to my uncle's growing up. Like we would play. I don't know about every time, but like I remember like in high school we played like Pictionary after dinner, like as a family with like my 2 cousins and my brother Graham was there and stuff. And then holidays now, like there'll be like some like we were just at my brother's for Thanksgiving. There was like a football game on TV that some people are watching that. Some people are in a different room. Other people are just on their phones. Like it's not like there's no shared activity besides the meal. And then people even like you finish the meal at different times and you just like get up from the meal and like go to the other room while people are still eating and it's like it feels weird.
It does feel weird. But like that's like I don't know, it's how my Nebraska holidays have always been. It's like the kids go play and then the adults do their thing and like
I think people eat too fast.
Oh, really?
I think people eat way too fast. I was thinking about this year. It's like we literally like you the whole event is supposed to be the meal, but then you're only eating for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I want it to be more like a French type of deal. I'm like I want to like just like the wine to be flowing and like let's sit at this table for like 2 hours. Like let's like do it. Yeah. Like let's be at this table.
Like let's have dinner. Yeah, no, that's a really actually good point that like it is like around like 30 minutes.
It's too fast.
It's not like when
and the conversation's not good.
No.
It wasn't good it was like very bland, the conversation
like,
this year.
Asking like okay, so what? Like last year we went to see my grandma's grave and my aunt met up with us and like I don't know, I was like, I was looking at the other gravestones that are around my grandma's grave, like our other family gravestones. And
where's the graveyard?
It's somewhere in like Norfolk, Nebraska. I can't remember. So, and I'm like, there was like a baby grave, like little grave, and I was like, who's this? And that's like I think like your grandpa Nelson's like baby that died before he met grandma or something. I'm like, okay. And then like somehow like my aunt brought up that my like Uncle Tom almost got kidnapped by this lady that was living in town. It's like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, but she won't explain or give the details, and like neither would my dad. And I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, no, like she would. I don't know. She's just some crazy lady that was hanging around trying to steal like Uncle Tom. I'm like, wait. What?
You're like, why him? Who is she?
Like, yeah, it would be really weird because, like, why him? Because, like, my grandma had other kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like, what? It was just strange. But they wouldn't explain stuff to me. Mm-hmm. Like, apparently my grandma, like, threw a brick through my grandpa's, like, office window when he was, like, a state trooper. Like, I'm like...
Wait, why?
I don't know.
Anger.
Definitely not anger, for sure. I'm like, would my grandma explain that to me? No. Mm-hmm. Just no. She wouldn't know. So frustrating. Families are frustrating, guys. That's, anxiety and frustration is holidays.
I mean, like, I remember I did get to experience the other side of things, though, when I dated an Ecuadorian, and I did Thanksgiving with his, like, Ecuadorian family, and, like, it was lit.
Yeah?
Like, the actual meal sucked.
Really?
The actual meal was, like, I feel like his mom begrudgingly made some Thanksgiving items, but a lot of it was just Ecuadorian food, and I was like, okay, but I kind of want the things, but, like... Yeah. Like, the turkey was, like, really dry and way too salty, like... Yeah. Kind of done up more Ecuadorian style, and I was like, this is not good. Right. But, like, so the food was, like, nothing to write home about, but, like, booze was flowing all day. All the generations were there. We had, like, little kids, teens. We were playing, like, Heads Up on, the, like, someone's phone. Yeah. Then they, like, brought out, like, the karaoke later in the living room. Fun. And, like, the food came back out. I was like, this is a party. This feels like a fun-ass family party.
Yeah.
And then, like, literally the next year, I'm at my typical Thanksgiving with, like, my dad and a dad's wife family, and they're all, like, they're fine. Yeah. They're fine. Right. But, like, people are literally falling asleep in chairs. Yes! While PBS is on. And I'm like, I don't want to be, like, this white-ass family right now, but this white-ass family right now. Like, it's not as fun.
No, it's not. It's so boring. Also, like, I have anxiety when there's kids because I'm like, oh fuck, I should probably know your name and I fucking don't. And you're like my second cousin and I barely know your name and I should probably have brought you a gift. I don't fucking know because my other aunt brought you a gift. I don't know.
That's how I feel with my nieces and nephews all the time.
So, yeah, but that's like blood related. Like.
Yeah, I should really be doing stuff. I'm not.
Yeah. But I'm just like, I should at least know you. I should at least know your name, but I don't think I'm obligated to bring you a gift, even though I feel guilty and bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or like embarrassed that my mom didn't bring a gift. But like when we go to the family, our family friends, the Burnses, like it's always the same people every fucking year. Do I remember everyone's name? How the fucking know? I don't. Yeah, it's really embarrassing. Of course, they remember our names because it's just the three of us.
See, it's so not fair. I hate that.
It's just the three of us.
I'm always like, of course you remember my name. My name's Miles. Or when people like are mad like that I don't remember their birthdays, I'm like, well, my birthday's Valentine's Day. Of course you remember my birthday. But I'm not gonna remember your birthday. It's like April 7th. What the fuck is that day?
The day I was born.
Like,
do you remember my birthday?
Yeah.
Which
I totally remember it. Marika, so why would you ask that? Next question.
Which is?
September 5th.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm always like, I really think it's the 5th, but what if it's the 6th?
I think, like, I honestly count it if you're close. But, so you know that there's that new thing where, like, for kids, they're saying, like, don't make your kids, like, hug their uncle or aunt or whatever they don't want to. Hug. Tug. Gross. Yeah. Why wasn't that rule implemented when I was a fucking kid? Where I don't want to fucking hug or be touched by a fucking stranger that I only saw once a year. Like, yeah, no.
Right, like my oldest niece, like she didn't really want to hug people when she was little, and I didn't force her to hug me. I was like, I don't know, I'm not a huge hug person, so I'm like, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It is like hugging is so weird, like because yesterday stay with me, my dad's wife's daughter, so I guess it's my stepsister, but I'm really consider her that. She was like leaving, so she like went to hug me, but I was like eating again, so I had like my hands full, so she just kind of like touched her like shoulder to my shoulder. She was like, bye. Like it's weird, like
weird.
It's just about like getting your bodies close to each other basically,
right.
To show that you like
Hit her, kind of.
or that you're that comfortable with each other that you can do that and it's not
awkward,
invasive. Like maybe that's really what the hug is.
I don't know.
It's like we have this level of like comfort.
Like, granted, like I felt fine like hugging like my extended relatives on my dad's side, but like hugging strangers in general, I just like neighbors. Like when we live in Chicago, like I'm like no, like don't touch me. Like
neighbors, what?
Okay, when we lived in Edgewater.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, when you were really little.
When I was really little, we had a neighbor, like this Indian guy, or Pakistani, I don't fucking know, and he always wanted to like touch me, like hug me or kiss me, and I'm like no, like I dreaded seeing him. And he had a daughter too that was like really little, like a baby, but it wasn't. I think it was like his granddaughter or something, like or something. I don't know. But I like dreaded it. I'm like, no, like I don't want you to touch me. And then of course my mother let it happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god, this is so annoying. Like I just hated it. I'm like, don't like. But he was like, when he kissed me, like he was trying to kiss me. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And one day he did, and I just felt super gross. Like he kissed me on the cheek. It wasn't on the lips, guys. So on the cheek, I just got this weird vibe from him. So I'm sure he wanted to do more, maybe.
I wonder where he is now.
I don't know. Hopefully dead.
Okay, well, wow.
Because I just did not like it. Give me the heebie-jeebies. Like, yeah. I remember, like, as a kid, like, hug so-and-so. Like, come on, you have to. Like, you have to be polite. And I'm like, fuck that. No. No, in my mind, I'm like, I dreaded that shit. I'm like, okay, whatever. But now I'm, like, so glad, like, this has come around. But I wish it happened sooner.
Yeah.
Okay? Because now I'm gonna, like, hey, do a fist bump, do a high five. Like, I want my kids still be polite, especially when someone's addressing them. That, you know, yeah. So just, like, do a fist bump or high five, okay? Like, that's all you want to do. Or just, like, wave.
Right. Little kids waving is cute.
It is cute.
I get confused because so in my life, I hug women, but I also hug gay men. Like, my friends that are gay, like, will hug. I'm not a huge hugger in general. I honestly do not need to hug you, but people want to hug me, so I'll hug them, and I've gotten to be more intentional about it because people like that nice squeeze.
Yep.
So it's so fucking weird. I'm like, oh, so you just want me to literally wrap my body around you and squeeze you?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I'll do that for you.
It's comforting. I don't know what's wrong with you. Okay, first of all, like, you guys, just to give you an idea, Miles and Zachary used to be the worst huggers ever. They would just, like, have, like, these weird stick arms and just, like, pat and just, like, try not to.
We're, like, as people, very stiff. Zachary definitely more than me, but me too.
Oh, but you were just, like, so hated, like, the hug. Like,
I feel like it wasn't that I hated it. It was that I wasn't taking it seriously. I was just kind of like, I wasn't thinking about it. Like, while I was doing it, I was probably thinking of something else. I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. But now I'm like, Miles,
really?
it's like a thing you have to think about. You have to be like, okay, lean in, make sure you do all. Like, I have to choreograph it for myself. It's not a natural.
I like got it when it's people that you. No, I saw the expression on your face that you did not want to hug this person. But when it came to me, I'm like, well, fuck you. I've known you since kindergarten and we're hugging. Like,
yeah, so we don't need to hug because we know each other that long. It goes beyond a hug.
No. What?
Right?
No, but like in high school, I'm thinking about high school and stuff, and I'm like, this is like I've known you for majority of my life, so yeah, we need to be hugging. I thought.
Yeah.
I thought sometimes. Yeah. You know.
To me, hugs are for when you haven't seen somebody in a long time, or you're not going to see them for a long time. But other people like to hug every day. My roommate in college hugged me once a day.
Oh,
and she would have preferred more than that. I said, you get one a day because I live with you. So why are we even hugging?
Wait, but okay, when was that hug? Like in the morning, saying goodbye, or like?
It was just like whenever I would see her that day for the first time.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes when she got home from work at night or whatever.
Okay.
I think she needed that like human connection or something.
Okay, interesting.
But I still like the holidays. I was thinking about it because I'm used to like kind of hugging everybody, but then this is why straight men are the best because they don't hug you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, a handshake. You hug the women and you handshake the men at holidays, unless they're gay, which they never are because it's just me.
I mean,
I'll hug you, but if I haven't seen you in a while, but don't hug me if I saw you last week.
It is awkward when like I just see these people like once a year. Like they're not even like they're just family. Like they're just related to like the person that's hosting the gathering.
But then it can get even crazier. Thank God for my white culture, because when I had to do the Ecuadorian stuff, you have to kiss them.
Oh yeah.
On each cheek, and I was always like, oh, this is like a hug but worse, because I literally had to put my lips on your face, and I don't know you.
Wait, you don't do the air?
Like, it was not air.
Oh.
It was not air. But I remember this because some people, nobody was really that accommodating to me with like that boyfriend's family and all the Ecuadorian stuff and the Spanish and the kissing and all the stuff, except his mom's cousin was like, when we went to do the hug, she pulled me and like positioned me into showing which which cheek to do first. Like she lined the whole thing up for me, and all I had to do was lean. I was like, oh my God, thank you. I don't know what I'm doing, and you realize that. And then later at that party, the Thanksgiving, she like spoke to me, I think like kind of some in English and some in Spanish, but she was like, how is your Spanish?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's really like beginning. Like I've learned some from dating, you know, this guy and stuff. And she's like, that's good. Like I have a coworker, he didn't know any Spanish, but like he wanted to learn, and we just practiced, and he's gotten a lot better. And like, she's like, yeah, and she spoke to me really slowly and very clearly in Spanish. And I was like, she is the only person in this whole family that's slowing down for me.
That's so nice.
And having this conversation with me to see where I am.
Was this Freddie's cousin or?
It was his mom's cousin.
Oh.
I was like, I told Freddie later, I was like, she is the best in this whole family. I don't care about your mom's sisters. They're not helping me. Like, this cousin.
What did he say?
I don't know. I think he like was like, yeah, she's really, because he knew that she was like that, and his mom her sisters were kind of like this clique.
Okay.
Like his mom and his sisters all looked alike. They would only ever want to talk to each other and hang out and like huddle in this like corner. They wouldn't really want to socialize with anyone else.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
So.
Cliques within families. I hate that shit.
I don't think ours is big enough to have that.
Well, my dad's family, like, it is. I'm like, great. I'm here too. Thanks. Yeah, you only see me once a year.
You said you only want to talk to that one cousin.
I do, but, like, when he's not there, I'm like, now I feel, like, shitty and, like, left out of stuff.
Right.
Great. Awesome. What am I gonna fucking do?
But you're the coolest person in the whole family, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can't say that because there's, like, a lawyer now who, like, fights for, like, immigrants' rights, I think, so I can't compete with that. Yeah.
What did we learn here? About the holidays.
That family is important, necessary, I guess.
It was definitely simpler as a kid when you just got in the car and they drove you to whatever you were doing. Like, now
and more
it's
fun.
More fun. It was, like, more pure. Now it's, like, feels more obligatory.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah. Like,
which is kind of sad.
It is sad. Like a lot of eye rolling for me.
Yeah.
A lot of, like, dread, anxiety, mostly dread.
I mean, maybe part of it is because, like, these holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, like, it's a little bit more complicated. Like, everyone's trying to claim their stake. There's the foods to make. There's the gifts. You have to remember the gifts for the right people. Like, but a easy holiday, like, I love 4th of July.
Yeah.
That is an easy fucking holiday. No one really is trying to claim that. You're just trying to find a good party.
Yeah.
Fireworks at night. Like, there's never, to me, stress around a holiday like that. But these are, like, more important. Everybody wants to claim it. Like, I want to do Christmas at my house with my tree. So,
yeah,
I think it just
so
creates more stress.
Yeah. No, I really
I know people that have, like, in my family that have cried because they're, like, up at 4 a.m., like, making food for the lunch or whatever. Literally, like, people in tears. Like,
why? Because it's so much work?
Because it's so much work and they're, like, tired and stressed and they're, like, literally, like, basting some turkey.
I think, like, I honestly I kind of embracing that work now because, again, like, because I made homemade mashed potatoes and gravy for the office party. I made gravy, so I'm very, like, proud of this accomplishment that I made gravy from scratch and I didn't, like, buy a packet or buy the gravy, okay? Yeah. Like, I made it. I browned those fucking chicken wings. I deglazed that pan with broth and wine, and I put butter and shit and thyme and bay leaves and, like, made that roux, and I didn't burn it, and it had a really good consistency, and it didn't taste like flour. Like, it was good. And I want to, like, show off my skills to more, like, people in my family who are like, oh my God, Marika, like, this is way better than Dad. I'm like, yeah, damn right it is. Bam.
Do you know who else is proud? Me. Marika, that was beautiful. I'm like, you love cooking, but all you do is buy sushi. And I'm like, where is this Marika? That's like... You've always been, like, a whiz in the kitchen.
I guess. I know I have, but just, like, laziness comes over. Like, come on over.
Well, tell laziness you're busy. Kicking ass.
Kicking ass in the kitchen. Yeah, so, yeah, I think I'm going to really talk to my dad and be like, hey, listen, let me take over our meal.
Yeah.
And let me do this right. And you just... be in charge of cutting the turkey because I definitely don't know how to do that. So
I was, like, thinking about, like, decorating. There's something that's so lame about doing this stuff when you're by yourself because I'm gonna have this Christmas brunch.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna set up this Christmas tree. There's something lame about just having a Christmas tree just for myself. I don't even have any roommates to enjoy it. You know.
Oh,
you have me. If I hang a stocking, it's just my stocking.
Do you want to decorate next week, like, together?
It depends on when I can get the Christmas tree.
Awful. Well, when you
My dad needs to drive it. He's going to drive it out.
Okay, so when you do that, we'll decorate, put on some Christmas music, eggnog it up.
With booze.
Yeah. Duh. We're not doing a Zachary version.
That's true. We could have, like, a little party type thing.
Yeah.
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 That's fun.
No.
That's how we're going to slay these holidays.
With
Okay.
alcohol.
Holla slays.
'Tis the season to get slappy.
Speaking of sloppy, let's answer your questions.
Oh, that you never send in.
You guys, we haven't gotten questions. We haven't gotten emails in a little minute now, besides like Kevin, who we can count on.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because we
hey.
have no listeners anymore.
I think that's it.
I'm sad. I want our show to be like a hit.
I know.
Okay, so our first question is, how do you know when to cut things off when dating? Is it going to be a thing or no?
Oh, oof. Oh, gosh.
There's kind of different time periods I think that are relevant. Like, I think of it like, you probably make a label and go exclusive after like maybe 2 months-ish.
Yeah, it depends how often, it depends like how much you're hanging out. For me, when it comes to dating or seeing somebody, I'm not the one that cuts it off. They are, and I have to like call them out on their bullshit, which is like because their actions are changing and they don't seem as interested anymore. I'm like, hey, what the fuck is happening? Oh, this. Okay, like obviously not.
That's me. I'm the one that always cuts it off, and it's because my interest has changed.
Yeah.
I think like a year is a good benchmark. Like, I mean, I once stumped somebody because he said holla, but like not ironically.
What?
And I was like, I can't date somebody that says holla. Do you know what I mean?
This
In
Seinfeld
like
episode?
in like 2012, I can't date someone that says holla. Another relationship. I mean, I don't know if these are relevant to this question.
Yeah, it is.
Because like another one, we just stopped having sex. We stopped having sex.
Oh, you see, there you go.
So I was like, oh, there's clearly some sort of attraction gap, lack of sexual kind of attraction happening.
Yeah.
And then another one, I just wasn't making the time for them. You know, like I was busy with portfolio school, and that became my priority, and like I wasn't making us a priority. And if I really been more invested, of course I would have made us a priority, but I wasn't. So that to me was like, and then that's why I kind of cut things off, because I felt like a lot of times I'll kind of break things because I don't like to I try to be a kind person and a respectful person.
Okay.
But when a situation arises where I'm busy or something and I feel like I'm letting the person down over and over again, I'm letting them down.
Yeah.
I'm making somebody else feel bad. I'm like, we gotta end this. Because I feel really gross. I feel like I'm being cruel or something, and that's like the worst thing I could be.
Well, when I ended it with Hector...
This was in like 1990 or something?
This is in 2007? 8? 8.
Whatever you say, the listeners will believe you.
So it was because... Yeah, I was 21, so it was like 10 years ago. It was because like the same issues kept popping up with him. Of him being jealous. Of him, like, not understanding, like, I want to go hang out with my friends without you. Like, I have another life that's not with you. You gotta get that. And, like, he wasn't, like, it was really weird because we stopped fighting all the time. And all of a sudden got into a routine. And things are good. Things are great. So, yeah, it's fine. But then, when, I wanted to go to Christmas shopping with you at Macy's because it was like open for 24 hours. He's like, well, how come you didn't invite me? Like, because you just said the other day that you hate shopping with me. So, like, why wouldn't I invite you then?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, but he was just like, I'm like, no, we need to take a break. I was like, that felt so, because I've tried to break up with him before, but it never felt right. And I always want to go back. But at that moment, I'm like, nope, this is fucking it. I don't really like you anymore. Like, this is stupid. This is dumb. And this is around the, obviously, holidays, so it was hard, for him. And I'm like, yeah, no. And then he hit me up, and he's like, well, I want to take you out to the city to eat dinner. I'm like, okay, I want to go to this restaurant. And we went to Avec, and we spent, like, over, like, $100 each. Like, we spent, like, $200, for this dinner. Because he wanted, like, to take me somewhere at night. And I'm like, fine, I'm going to take advantage of this situation. So, like, okay, whatever. He obviously wanted to get back together, and I'm like, no, like, I don't want to get back together. Like, this is it. But then, I went to Chicago, and I was, like, missing him and crying, but I never got back together with him.
No, but I think you're right. Like, I think every time for me, and what you just said, it's when you realize that thing about them.
Yeah.
That you're like, oh, this is what's been bothering me, and this is why I can't go forward. And, like, one boyfriend, it was like, you don't have any ambition. and you never, that's not who you are. You're not ambitious, and I am, and I want more for my
Right.
career and money.
Yeah.
That was one. Or another one, I was like, oh, you're extremely negative. That's what's always bothered me. You draw energy away from everything. Like, it's like you realize, you find those little things that have been bugging you, and suddenly it's like right in front of you, and you're like, oh my God.
Like for me, like I'm like, oh, I noticed this thing, but like, how long can I tolerate that? Can I
change it? Can I fix it?
Or can I just leave it?
Yeah.
Or can they fix it and change it?
Yeah.
And then they
realize,
don't. And
no.
then or it comes up again. I'm like, you know what? You're an idiot. You're stupid. Yeah. So, cool.
Okay, so we always end our show with our successes of the week.
I tried something new this weekend, which I haven't done before. And this winter, I think I have seasonal depression. I've been like, it's getting like darker much sooner and like colder, whatever. Like, I don't want to go out. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be around people. Like, and I just want to be very content at home. And I kind of feel slightly depressed, but I really don't want to be around anybody, like, during the weekend. Like, I don't know why. And Adam, my roommate, invited me to go to this metal show, and thinking, like, I wasn't going to go. He just invited me out of courtesy. I'm like, no, I'm going to go. I was like, okay, cool. And then, like, on the way there, he, like, mentioned, like, hey, like, I've been noticing, like, a change. Like, why? Like, I'm so glad that you decided to come. I'm like, yeah, like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I just don't want to go out. But, you know, I feel like I need to. Because this is something new and different I haven't done before. And metal is not my cup of tea. I had fun. Granted, I wore, like, heels. I don't know why I did that. But there are heels where they're, like, those Timberlands. They are Timberlands that they're, like, heeled. And
like heeled boots?
Yeah, heeled, like, boots. So I don't know. I just decided to wear that because I wanted to.
Did you mosh?
I didn't mosh.
Were people moshing?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, and people, like, and, like, I don't, I'm too scared to mosh, but I do, like, and I did get hit, and I do have, like, this, like, foot kind of hurts, because someone, like, Adam, like, kind of stepped on it, whatever. But, like, I like moshing, like, the idea of it, because all of a sudden it, like, erupts out of nowhere, and then you feel like someone pushes you, and I'm like, this is so exciting, like, and I'm sure I love it because I didn't get hit in the face or anything like that, so, like, I mean, I did, or I hit somebody, like, it was fine, but it hurt that much, so, but I just, like, the energy, and it was a lot of fun, and I thought I would, like, not like the music, but I really liked it, like, I don't think I would go out of my way to listen in my car, I think I just like it live. Because I've heard it in the car, and I've heard it at parties and stuff, and I'm like, it's not really my thing. But at the show, I really like it. I really enjoyed it. And, like, I could hear, like, the different vocals of singing and stuff, and I'm like, that's, like, really difficult to sing that way.
Well, yeah, metal musicians are really talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I've always appreciated, like, the melody, and I like the instrumental part, but I never like the singing because I would like to sing along, and I can't sing because I don't have that voice. So, but yeah, like, I went to my first metal show, and I did something new. So I'm proud of myself for doing that.
That's cool.
Yay! New stuff!
I also did something new. So we have, like, a bar we've been going to for years in Chicago called Alice's, which Marika is already just frustrated at the mention of the name because...
I mean, I love Alice's, but
there's other
bars.
Yeah. But it's this Polish karaoke bar I've been going to forever. But there's another bar just a few blocks away that I've been, like, passing by on my bike called Edelweiss. And they have karaoke Friday, Saturdays. So yesterday my brother was in town, and I called up my friend Claire, and I was like, let's go to Edelweiss instead. And you know it's a good bar when they have free food for no reason, and they had free food because it's, like, the day after Thanksgiving, so they have, like, deviled eggs and pinwheels and, like, mashed potatoes in a bowl and, like, just random stuff on this back table next to free pool. And they had Schlitz Tall Boys for $4. Karaoke, there were, like, more, like, gay people there. Because Alice is usually pretty straight. But this was kind of, like, a mix. It was, like, I couldn't really tell. Some people, like, maybe they were gay, maybe they weren't. But I was, like, it was just cool to be somewhere new, less crowded. Yeah. Free food, a little bit more chill. There was an amazing singer, though. Oh, my God.
Really?
This one tall, kind of skinny white guy with like a big black beard, like sang like Motown, hit every single note, did all these vocal runs. We were like, holy, like we thought we were listening to a concert. Like it was amazing. And then I had to go after him, and I was like, well, okay, sure, this sucks. Yeah, so also something new.
Yay, new stuff.
These dogs are not too old to learn new tricks.
Okay.
And you're not too old to tell your friends about our show. Because
we're dying over here.
We're dying. Tell someone you know. I'm sure you would know someone that likes this. Because we're just like, we love this show. We're going to keep trying to make it the best product we can. We just want to get more people to hear it. Anyway, bye. Baby cakes.
Bye, babes.
Bye, babies.
Lounging around and eating cookies.